Help. No. Hey. Hey, so this is Lord of the Rings Third Age, and there you go, back to the menu. Make sure there are options stayed. Okay, so this is all the stuff that you guys weren't supposed to see.
Our professionalism is bleeding through.
Yeah, man, we really focus so well. Okay, so this is Eregion. That's how you pronounce that, 100%.
Speaking of professionalism, this is Jay, and the other person is...
Oh, right, Jared. Yeah, we're, sorry, we did an intro, like, maybe an hour ago, so I'm just not expecting to have to do an intro again. Yeah, so this is Lord of the Rings Third Age, GameCube games, pretty awesome, pretty fun. We're playing co-op on it, which really just means that we each control half of the roster of characters you get.
Yeah, just to make it so we're both actually doing something the whole time.
Yeah, and that way we can more easily pass off who's in control of running around. So this is basically just like crap that no one cares about unless you're like a really like hardcore Lord of the Rings fan, which I actually am. I really enjoy it, but you know, even I don't watch these all the time.
Yeah, this game does have a pretty cool story. It's kind of like a B story of a cast of eventually 6 characters in your party that you kind of like go along parallel to the guys in the actual like movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And do stuff.
It's like the secondary fellowship.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And some of the story stuff ties it into the stuff in the movies and the books and whatnot.
It's technically non-canon, but they do a really good job of blending it into the story so much that if you weren't certain that this was outside the canon, you would actually think like, oh, why didn't we see any of these people in the movies? Because they do a really good job of blending it in with the story.
Yeah, and one thing since when this game came out, it was a while ago, and they didn't really have pre-rendered awesome cutscenes just for the game. Almost all the cutscenes in the game, like the ones that look like this, are directly cut from the movies, but they kind of like redub a lot of them to make it fit in with the story of this game. So they do a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, they definitely do a good job of blending it well.
So this is Sauron beating the shit out of some people. Well, he still has his ring.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is back in time. This is way before even the time of the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually an old science fiction movie from the 1980s that they
adapted. Yeah,
they cut and redubbed, repurposed it for Lord of the Rings. Just in case you didn't know that, that's 100% factual. Okay, that's a pretty big ring. I don't know what you're gonna put that on, but
dick, whatever.
Dick piercing, nice.
Or
you gotta be careful with those because you gotta clean the semen out.
Or just around, like.
Well, that's different. I mean, not that I know about dick piercings or anything.
Me neither. And.
Haha, he just got tackled. What a nerd.
Yeah. It must have been the black and white version of tackle. Had 50 power and full accuracy, not that 95 accuracy.
And now he just
bullshit.
got fucking shot in the back by like 1,000,000 arrows.
And by million, we mean 3.
Hey man, 3 million. Does it really make a difference?
Close enough.
I don't think it makes that much of a difference when you get shot in the back from point blank range. Oh, also, a lot of these scenes are pulled from the collector's edition. So if you've seen the movie, like the theatrical versions of the movies, and you're like, they said all these scenes were taken from that. I've never seen this before. A lot of this is taken from the collector's edition, and they also, since they made this movie all at once, they, even in like the first area of the game where you're still in like the first movie, they pull stuff from like the second and third movies, but they do a pretty good job of pulling from the collector's edition since a lot of people haven't seen those and using those for the scenes.
Yep. So it makes it feel new still for some people even who've seen a lot of the movies and whatnot.
Right. God, this is so long.
Yeah.
Fucking story.
I guess I don't really remember being that long because after the first time playing the game, I'd always skip it.
I never watched this.
I watched it the first time.
I don't think I watched this the first time. I think I was like, cutscene, fuck that.
Well, just because it's all the background stuff, which given that, we both watched all the movies plenty, kind of already know all this stuff.
Yeah.
But if you haven't, just read the subtitles even though we're talking over it and learn.
Yeah. Also, there's pretty much like, there's some of the actual like audio from the clips, but almost all of this is just completely dubbed over, and they like took all of the vocals out.
Yeah.
But so this is actually Gandalf talking to Barethor, like in his mind. It's kind of a major plot point actually in this game.
Berthor being the name of
This
this guy,
guy.
the one of the main characters.
The human male until like most of the way through the game when you pick up other human male.
Or the one you get in like an hour into the game, but you know, whatever.
Oh, right.
He's not important. Actually, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, forget that I said that. I totally knew what I'm talking about. We'll see. Okay, so if you've watched the movies or if you know anything about the lore, there's 3 races of men. There's Gondor and Rohan, which are what we think of as actual humans, and there's the Dunedain, which are kind of like half elf, half human.
Yeah, they're the rangers and what Aragorn is and all that.
Yeah, they live a lot longer. Their average lifespan is like 150 years or something crazy like that. Like Aragorn, this is only in one of the extended versions. I think it's of Two Towers. Aragorn's like 80.
Yeah, and
So-
he looks like 30.
Yeah, so that just shows how they age.
So this is the first fight in the game, which you cannot win.
Oh, fuck. Bullshit. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on this
And Oko, triple critical.
one.
What
Triple
is that?
critical. I'm sure it totally needed to be a triple critical to Oko me. It probably could have been like a half critical.
Probably didn't need to be a critical hit, it just would have killed you.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And we meet character number 2.
Her name is Idril. Sorry.
If only it was Arwen.
Yeah.
So she's gonna...
Man, prepare for frame rate to be higher than ever before.
Yeah. In the little bit of testing we did, during the battles and most of the game, the frame rate's fine, it all looks good, but during a couple of these cutscenes, a ton of particles like this, which is all particles.
It's running alright right now.
It's,
There we go, now it's dropping down.
It might drop a little bit, but don't worry about that.
Yeah, we're never going to use this move anyways, so...
Yeah. Plus, in battle, it's not quite as glitchy, so it should be fine. So she's going to save us from the Nazgul, which is pretty OP, that she can just take those guys on and be fine.
Yeah, man. Well, you know they don't like water.
I guess so.
They're allergic to water.
What are they,
Can't
like
swim.
fire types or something?
Oh, that's... Well, yeah, that's the joke I was going for.
You know, Pokemon, that's what I go to all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. She could be like fairy type and they could be dark type. Although that's not confirmed if that's an actual type effectiveness. So.
I feel like that should be though.
I'm pretty sure that's gonna... I really hope they do a back and forth with that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Pokemon a lot during this.
Oh, absolutely. That's definitely going to happen. If you've seen anything else that we've done, then you know that's going to happen.
Yeah, because we're actually going through the effort of like getting something that isn't Pokemon just so that you guys don't have to watch Pokemon 100% of the time. So let's just make sure to talk about it. So these are like little extra cutscenes that provide like more backstory. But fuck that. We're not going to spend the time. Okay, do you see there's 109 of these? All these are like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, so they're pretty interesting, and if you play the game by yourself, you should totally watch them for some cool extra stuff, but in the interest of actually beating this game, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. And by 5 to 10, I think they're actually only like 3 minutes.
Yeah, most
maybe,
of them are
but-
probably like somewhere between 2 and 4 minutes long.
Yeah, but still, that's 5 hours.
Yeah.
So, no. Also, some of them you don't just find. Some of them you have to like do extra stuff for.
Yeah, do like extra missions.
I
and
mean,
whatnot.
like, all the extra missions you pretty much do on the way, but anyway.
I mean, we'll be doing all the missions, probably.
Yeah.
But
Let's... No, not that. Okay, let's do what I want to do. Okay, just run over here. Oh, by the way, we can switch characters, and
yeah,
now
so
Jay's in control.
Now I'm running. Whee! And I'm going to grab this chest, which has items. I bet you couldn't have guessed that if you played video games
whoa.
ever.
You can chest hold items of value? Bull crap.
Alright, so you should go ahead and equip that shield you got. Gonna need some stuff.
Okay, let's head over here. We're trying not to switch around too much just because it's a waste of time. Yeah, it does that. Hopefully that's not too loud. So, if you did hear that, I don't care if you didn't hear it, I'm going to explain it anyways. My toilet has an issue where it'll just like, not flush, but it'll just like run water into the bowl for no reason.
You know, it's sanitary.
Yeah, it's really not though.
Yeah, well,
That's like the exact opposite.
I'm
It
just trying to
causes-
help.
Yeah, it makes it where I have to like clean the toilet like 4 times as often, just to make sure that it gets all the, I don't know, whatever off the side.
Yeah, so just for reference, since we're playing in co-op, it kind of splits the characters so that Jared controls one half and I control the other half. Since we only have 2 characters right now, I've got Idril and he's got Berthor in battle, so if Berthor fucks up and dies, it wasn't me. Just to clarify that.
100% Jay's fault. He's the healer. If anyone dies, it's his fault. He has the only healing character.
That is also true.
Set it up that way on purpose. I can never be blamed for anyone dying. I can be blamed for not killing people, but or running into rocks. But
There'll be a
that's
lot of
about
blame
it.
for that.
Yeah. Also, while it is co-op, and you'd expect that that would mean that we'd like, you know, like stop, collaborate, and listen, or any nonsense like that. We don't.
Go ahead and equip that thing you got for me.
Oh right. Yeah. Other than things like that, where I just completely forget things and Jay reminds me, we're not really gonna like collaborate ever because we've both played this game enough times and we've played this game co-op multiple times, so we pretty much know what we want to do at all times. So.
Yeah, also, this is probably one of the only times you're ever going to see Israel's Swordcraft in the game ever. Because
Balls!
she's built to pretty much do Spiritcraft, and I'm only using it right now because I'm pretty much out of AP. Should probably explain that system as well.
Ooh,
that did
damn.
a lot of damage. So, AP, there's your action points, and every skill you have takes some amount of AP. As you can tell, we're both pretty much out, so we have to resort to the basic attacks. And while the regular attacks, you know, they do a decent amount of damage, they're okay. You generally want to avoid using them because every
You
time...
should heal yourself.
I can't right now.
Use King's Foil.
Yeah, probably. So every time that you use a skill, you get a skill point in that tree, whether it's... And each character has like 2 skill trees.
I think I'm going to taunt him my next turn. Yeah, I'm definitely going to taunt him on my next turn.
Yeah, one other note, we're playing on hard, kind of to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
And that
It's
is...
definitely harder.
Yeah, normally it's not too bad. Once we kind of level up a little bit, get some, you know, health and items and other party members, I think we'll actually be okay.
Ow, Jesus.
Yeah, this could be a little painful.
I think you can. Okay.
There we go. We should level up. One other nice thing is every time you level up, you get full health and action points back, which we're going to abuse the hell out of early on in the game when you
Yeah.
level up constantly. So there we go.
Thank
Now
God.
we are both fine.
Rough. Let's see what we can get from. Oh, sweet Limbus! Thank God.
Yeah, that restores action points.
Okay.
So here's the 5 base
okay.
stats.
Yeah. That
Bear
needs
Thor's
help.
mainly built for like strength, dexterity,
Ah, damn it,
health,
thing.
and just dump Idriel's into spirit for now.
That'll be the only other thing that you ever hear me listening to JN in this, is if I'm in control and it's level up time, then he has the right to tell me what to put on his guys. Even though I would probably do the same thing anyway, so it would probably just end up the exact same.
Yeah, probably.
Man, these awesome non-pre-rendered cutscenes. Actually, they're pretty nice because they never get a drop in frames.
Yeah. And I mean, for their time, they actually look pretty solid.
Yeah.
But
Definitely not bad. The fact that we're running it in 720p helps.
yeah, that's definitely nice.
Okay, I don't have Orc Strike or Orc Bane?
Or bang, yeah.
Orc Bane yet, but I will have it soon. I think one more sword attack will kill it. I'll just kill that guy.
Yeah, just be safe. Yeah, it kind of sucks early on. Loudwater Fury is a really strong move, but it takes 50 AP, so you can only use it like once or twice early on before running out of AP.
But Adriel does, since you want to pump most of her stuff into Spirit, because that lets her do healing as well as more damage with her Spirit attack. It also ups how much AP she has, and between that and her gear and a lot of her passive skills that are really good, I'm gonna do this. I think you can kill that.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's pretty easy to get her to have a lot of spirit and be able to just basically clean up.
Yeah.
Alright.
Early on, I'll probably use your Swordcraft a couple times just because I need to, because I don't have anything else. But generally, she'll be sticking with Loudwater Fury for attacking and then just healing and buffing the rest of the time. And he missed, so
That
we're
was
good.
lucky. We don't really need to worry about this anyways, and we got a save point.
Yeah.
That's another nice thing, is that, I mean, most RPGs do this, but the ones that don't do this suck ass, and this one restores all your health and action points, or basically just mana, for those of you that have played any other RPG.
Yeah.
I don't know why isn't that just a standard at this point?
You'd think so.
It's like
But-
MP, I mean, that's pretty, everyone knows what that means. So, you know, save point,
White Balls of Light, always save points.
you know.
Totally makes sense.
Alright, sweet. And everybody's, oh right, we leveled up. Okay, non-important did that, and
They're like,
increased
yeah,
defense.
work.
No,
Do like 1 spirit and 1 health.
Okay. You guys also do have like a natural stat progression. I've never finished, I'm still working on it currently. And by still working on it, I mean I worked on it for a little bit and then gave up because it was fucking impossible and takes a million years. But I was doing a hard run through with no leveling.
Yeah, so that's basically where your guys level up, but you don't allocate the stat points afterward because it never forces you to do that.
Right.
It's all optional, so you can, get through a long part of the game and have like 100 stat points ready to be allocated.
Yeah, and
that sucks because your guys are weak as shit.
yeah, they do get natural like leveling up and natural stat boosts, but nowhere near as much as they do otherwise. All right, so.
There's just a bunch of items in this Elven Outpost.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run and grab them all. Bearthor got some new stuff. And
One
there's,
new thing.
there's a couple other chests, I think, on like the backside of this gate.
There's
after this.
Right. This is actually a trick by the developers to make you not get things because
crafty developers.
I mean, what kind of RPG would it be if you were just handed everything? So
yeah. So you run this way, but you want to go back.
Right. So it runs you up. I mean, it doesn't actually run you up anywhere near as far as it makes it look like, but there's a box here.
And I think another one.
It's
on the other side.
Sure. I'm just gonna double check because I'm an asshole, and I don't believe you. Okay.
And on the other side, where I said it would be, are some more chests. Right.
I think there's some in here, but there's one outside over here as well.
Probably equip
Around
this stuff
the,
before we go into the next
corner.
battle. There we go.
No,
Right,
we
keep
actually
going.
really need to.
Yeah.
Because we'll get destroyed otherwise. Man, that was some. God damn it. Okay.
Check. Okay, yeah, it's definitely better than what I have, so I don't have anything equipped in
Yeah.
that slot. One thing that it'll be more important later. Right now, we're just kind of equipping what we get since you only have like one thing in each slot. All the items, as well as giving more like attack or armor, depending on what they are. They also give certain unique stat boosts, and
Right.
that's
Like.
gonna start to come into play more later. But
Other
I mean, they have them for now.
What is it? It's this. Yeah. So. Okay.
This
that
is a
one
bad
actually
example
doesn't help.
because that one's just
I think
armor.
your pendant does.
Probably. Yeah. So you can see all the green pluses down there, the extra stats I get from that. And so some things later on, like I might get something that gives a lot more armor than that pendant, but it doesn't give any good stat boost, so I would stick with the pendant probably.
Right.
So later on, we'll be checking those more.
There are also a lot of things that have like minuses in them as well.
Yeah.
Just like minus like 2 in some stats. You gotta kind of know how you want to build your characters. So this is basically Pokemon, except you only get 6 guys. So it's Pokemon.
It's Pokemon.
It's just you don't get to pick who you get.
So
You
it's
can
like
kind of
a
build
Nuzlocke.
them separately. You can like EV train them and their skills.
Yeah. It's a good analogy.
It's basically Pokemon.
It's
So
basically
we're just gonna keep talking about Pokemon
it's
because
basically a Nuzlocke, 'cause you don't get to choose, you just get the first guy in each area.
well, I mean,
But there's no permadeath, thankfully.
right. Thank goodness for that. That'd be kind of irritating.
Alright, so let's kill this chieftain first, I guess.
Yeah. Let's go for it. I don't know if we're gonna be able to. This might not work.
Yeah, we might die.
We might need to take off some of the other guys because he does do buffs, but if he doesn't have anyone to buff, then it really shouldn't matter. The only thing I'm worried about is his murder of crows. Alright, I mean, if we die, fuck it, let's reload.
Yeah, there's a safe point like right there.
Man, that did so much more damage than I did.
Yeah, maybe you should actually attack the other guys.
Probably.
Might want to save some AP to heal.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Go with another attack.
I actually didn't hurt that bad. Thought that was going to do more damage.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, hard mode just puts up like a... Well, okay, other than just giving them a million turns to attack, which I think is actually because of his buff, but... Probably should... Nah, fuck it. I don't really give a shit. I really want to kill this guy. Die.
Alright, well, you'll be able to kill him next turn when it's your turn.
Hopefully. You gotta do another Loudwater Fury on him now.
Yeah, with my just enough AP.
God damn it.
I don't even remember what that does.
Something bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's bad. It's definitely bad, but, so assuming you get to live to go another turn, you should be able to kill him.
Yeah, hopefully, but then we're gonna be kind of like SOL. Never mind, missed. Thank goodness. Damn.
Okay.
These battles are fucking rough.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna kill him either. Nope.
God damn it. Ironically,
Is
the
it your
battle
turn yet?
should get easier as we get a little farther on, actually.
Yeah.
And then,
It's definitely, especially on hard mode, it's definitely like a learning curve at the beginning. Except not a learning curve, just like how much you get pounded in the rectum curve.
Alright, so kill him, and then in my turn I'm probably going to item heal myself.
Yeah, you definitely need to.
Okay. Yup. That did less than I expected.
Yeah. Well, you don't have that high spirit yet. It's actually interesting. Using items in this is based on your spirit as well. Good lord. We're fucked. Oh well.
Can we kill them in 2 hits?
I don't think so.
Nah, let's try it. Kind of have to.
Man, we're so professional in this game.
Ah, shit.
Okay.
Oh, triple crit. That's what
Nice.
I'm talking about.
Now, when this guy's an idiot and attacks me,
Alright, we may not be fucked if we get lucky again.
we're probably fucked. But I don't really think that there's any way that we can really...
Do that. Do Kingsfoil leaves.
Alright, fuck it.
I think that'll
Yeah,
let us
that was
both
pretty
survive
mediocre.
one turn. Which is what we needed.
Yeah.
Because he can't kill both of us in 1 turn, so I think we're actually okay.
Mm.
Go ahead and attack him.
Undo... Actually, I don't think that would be enough for you to use Loudwater Fury anyways.
Yeah, just attack him. I think we're fine, because he can't kill us both in 1 turn.
I guess that's true. Well, we hope he can't.
Yeah,
Holy
we're good.
shit. Well,
No problems. There we
that
go.
was totally professional. We knew what we were doing the whole time. We were just playing y'all like chumps.
Pro strategy right there.
That was all planned.
Oh,
Aw.
I didn't make it to the next level. That sucks.
Oh well. I'll just run back to save point.
Yeah. Skill up.
You're way too boned for us to not do that.
I did get some good armor, though.
10 health and 1 AP.
You know, very useful state.
Yeah.
I got a bottom piece to my armor, which is way better.
Recent battle! No! Not a recent battle.
Yeah, so screw that recent battle. We're gonna go heal. Because...
Yeah, screw everything that just happened right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, you got a new sword. That's solid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going with that.
And my new armor, I'm pretty sure is a lot better. 34 versus 8.
Well, let's just make sure that the stats aren't any worse. Okay.
So, looks better, and it's gonna keep me alive, which is good.
Come on, speed.
I do dexterity and strength.
Yeah. I'll put a speed and strength, so that's defense.
Oh, okay, yeah. That'll work.
Alright. Run back. I hope that's... Yeah, that's the right way. Actually, because we're about to do another side quest on a Switch, so you can even up experience with me.
Yeah, that's another good point. Whenever you complete a quest, which are kind of ambiguous sometimes, but whenever you complete one, the person that's running around in front gets a fairly nice experience bonus.
Yeah, just for however much the quest is worth, which you're never told until you complete it, so...
I think it might actually say if you go into like the menu, but
fuck it.
I don't ever check that. So,
You were in your guide?
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we haven't played this game in a while, so we're probably going to forget some shit, so since we're playing on hard as well, and we're trying to not sit and train for a million billion years, Jay brought his guide. He has a walkthrough guide for this game.
Because I'm a nerd.
Oh, it's a good game.
Yeah. But we've played this we've both played it extensively, but it's been, you know, like 5 years probably since I've... Well,
I remember
No.
the beginning pretty well.
it hasn't been 5 years since I played. It's been a while.
I remember through West Moria pretty
Yeah.
solidly. East Moria it starts to get a little fuzzy, and I definitely don't remember the East Imnit Gullies at all.
Are there items up here? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I think there's those Wildmen quests up here
Yes.
too.
This is the first thing in the Wildman right here.
It's gonna be kind of hard actually.
Nah, we got it. Since we're healed up, we're fine.
Yeah, probably.
Also, it's great that Guardian Strike is cheaper than Orcbane because we have to fight all these guys that aren't even orcs.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah.
I just wish I had some more
Ouch.
AP.
You'll get it after this battle.
Yeah, I will. And
Damn. Yeah, that's what I'm
and he
talking about.
missed.
Thank goodness they have really crappy dexterity. I probably should start pumping the dex more. It'd be helpful.
Yeah, I'll probably put some in Adriel as well. Dexterity is it affects your chance of hitting, so the higher it is, the more likely you are to hit, and
Damn.
the higher it is, the more likely the enemies are to miss you.
I
So
do
it's pretty
like
useful
putting points
overall.
into speed though. It's pretty nice. Getting defense and gun a lot more than you.
Yeah.
Suck it, nerd.
Okay. Alright.
Suck it. My attacks do a lot less damage than yours.
Yeah.
Actually, they're doing about 60 to 70% of the damage yours are doing. That's not too bad.
Yeah. Wow, you get to go again. Jesus.
Dude, speed, man.
We're now back
Oh.
to using basic attacks. Damn it,
Yep.
didn't kill him.
Nope.
Oh well. Ow.
You're definitely a low after this though. No problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Suck it.
And the reason we're doing this, as well as just getting the items and XP, is there's a quest to kill like 3 tribes of wild men. This being the first one.
Yeah, let me actually, or you, I guess, since you're in the lead, go ahead and go into the quest menu.
Yeah, see, it says 1 of 3 warbands defeated.
Yeah.
So I think in here it actually says.
Yeah.
So like that one. I guess it doesn't say the experience reward actually. It just tells you what to do.
Yeah. And even that, it's kind of ambiguous, but.
Alright. So Eregion doesn't really need strength, which is nice, so I don't have to waste any points on that.
Yeah.
She does need pretty much everything else, though. I should probably put a couple more into health next time.
Probably a good idea. So they're over there.
Yeah, there's something over here.
Yeah, and then it's.
Yeah, the both ways in the T-junction are gonna have some more items and wild men to fight. Do you need to heal up or anything?
Yes.
Probably.
That's fine, yeah. Man, we need more King's Foil.
Yeah, we'll get some here probably.
Yeah. We'll probably do a little bit of...
chest.
Yeah. There's a little area up here where we usually train, like right at the beginning. We might actually do it just for a short amount of time because you can actually get a lot of items there, and that's what would be more useful, actually, is the items rather than even the training. Because especially towards the beginning, it can be kind of irritating when you don't have any items.
Yeah, later on in the game, you don't even really end up using them that much because you have people that can heal. And I mean, I guess the only one you really use a lot is Lendus to get AP back. Yeah. But as far as the other items, you don't really need them that much later. But early on in the game, when we're kind of weak, they're pretty important.
Yeah, so we'll end up with like 4 million King's Foil. Oh shit, yeah.
After this battle, we should probably go into the like skill tree and show that.
Yeah.
And also you can choose your next things. I think now it's the point where it starts branching.
Well, there's not really any point on that guy now. I'll do it on that guy.
Yep.
So now his defense is lowered. So it's pretty nice. Pretty nice attack.
And I might be able to kill him. Nice.
Damn.
227
Those
damage.
points into spirit really help.
Yeah, they do.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kicking ass. Taking names. Making tames. So much faster than me.
2 crits in a row. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I can't wait until I get my always crit
dead,
ability. There's actually...
Is that on Berethor?
I know Hadhot has it. I think Berethor has an equivalent.
I think... Well, Berethor's is... his AP is 25% less.
I knew that. I thought he had a crit thing.
I think it's
we'll fucking check. I mean, we're going to skills in a minute.
I think it's Morrowind and Hadhot that had that.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, you'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you control for a sec to go to that menu.
Okay. So, have right here. That's actually really useful. I'm tempted to just leave it on that.
That's fine.
Yeah, so here's your skill tree for, like, this is Swordcraft. Here's my leadership that
we haven't
probably...
touched yet.
I mean, I'm going to use it some, but not much. These are passive skills. You get 1 point into these for each level you get. You start at level 1, obviously, at the beginning of the game, so I've only grown 4 levels. That's why it's 4 out of 10, even though I'm level 5. But yeah, so that's what we were talking about. If you're in perfect mode, which we'll explain in the next battle because it's kind of difficult without visual cues, then all of his actions cost less, which is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah, it really helps a lot later on.
That's really nice. This is amazing because if you don't... Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Get immune to fear as soon as you can. If you don't have this...
Yeah, you will be screwed later on in the game. Like the last 2 or 3 levels of the game, you're going to be
It's not even just that. There's like one boss fight that you like...
Yeah, you absolutely
can't beat unless you have this.
Yeah, that being said, if you get to that boss fight, you should be leveled up high enough that you'll have that anyway.
But if you're like picking your own skills and you pick around it because you haven't seen anyone that even tries to fear, then you're an idiot. Definitely make sure to pick up immune to fear. That is important.
Absolutely.
Alright, and these are your perfect skills, which are garbage.
Yeah, but
which is why this always goes into effect, because you never use your attack.
Yeah.
Stats. Man, you're even like, you have higher speed than me.
Yeah, I don't know why you were going more often. I mean, I don't know mine, but it's kind of weird.
Alright, I'll go ahead.
Just do health and spirit.
How many in each?
2 health, 1 spirit.
Okay.
Just don't want to die quite as fast.
Yeah, so if you notice, Arya, I mean Arwen, Idril, she has a lot more AP than Berthor does. He has a little bit more health, but a lot more AP. The health will definitely skew a lot more in his favor because he has a lot of gear that does health, and we definitely need to switch back to you, so you'll get the experience.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go to my skill tree real fast.
Okay.
Make sure that. See what okay, this one doesn't really matter, honestly.
That's not even that bad, though.
it.
We might need to get Weakening Slash.
Yeah, and this is still good for now. So
Yeah.
I don't have any choices yet. Next time I have a choice, though, definitely get Gifted Galadriel, though.
Oh, yeah. That's a really high skilling.
High healing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Man.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
And more wild men. This should be the last band we have to kill. And there's 3 in this one, so that might be a little rough.
Just focus on the white hairs.
Yeah, they're stronger because they're, veterans and white hair. That did a lot of fucking damage.
Makes sense for the oldest guys to be the strongest.
Yep. Yeah.
So usually I don't bother with this many status moves. Since we're on hard, and since I haven't played this game in a while, I'm gonna try to do that.
What are the name of the weapons? Not these guys, but the old guy was using. He was like dual wielding them. They look kind of interesting. I mean, they're swords, but
it's like cutlasses or something.
Maybe.
I don't think it gives it a name. I don't know if you get a comparative sword in this.
I'm pretty sure Berthor gets one that looks kind of like that.
Oh yeah, I think that is a cutlass.
Okay.
So once I get some more sword attacks out, I'm gonna pick up counterattack. That'll be pretty nice. Be able to hit back on all these attacks that they get for a million years. Okay, so just remember the perfect mode thing. That little bar on the right that started off empty at the beginning of the game and is now, yeah, I wouldn't. Well,
I just want to get SP.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, so it started off empty and now it's like 4/5 the way full or something like that. As you perform actions in battle, I think they have to be AP costing actions.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah, the little tree that lit up there. I think each person has their own symbol, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah, they do.
It'll like flash, and you'll get some more in your perfect meter. Whenever it's full all the way up, you'll have a little ring icon hovering around in it. Oh, right on AP. That means you're in perfect mode, and there are a lot of people who have passive abilities based around being in perfect mode, like our little dwarf companion that we'll pick up by the end of this chapter. He has an ability where all of his attacks always crit if you're in perfect mode.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's very, very useful.
Hits. And some other people like Berthor had someone where when you're in perfect mode, his attacks cost 25% less AP. So generally, it's just worth always staying in perfect mode, because honestly, the perfect mode attacks, I mean, they're pretty strong and they can be useful in certain situations, but I almost never use them. The advantages of being in perfect mode just outweigh the advantage you get from using the attack.
Yeah, I only use it if I'm in a battle where I feel like the instant damage is worth the rest of the battle costing more AP and not being all crits.
Yeah.
So there are a few areas. It's mainly in Morio, which you probably wouldn't really have those passives by then anyways.
Yeah,
but
honestly, the only fight I really always use it is one particular fight at the end of Helm's Deep, which sucks.
Yeah,
that's not going to be for a long
too.
time, but that fight is probably the hardest fight in the game, and it is really kind of rough.
I don't know, if you have your characters built well, it's not too bad. I always get shafted in the first surrounded fight in Morio.
that one can be bad too.
If you've never played this game before, you have no idea what we're talking about, and we don't really care about you anyways, but yeah, you'll see when we get there. We'll definitely beat this before, like, too terribly long. I mean, it'll be a while before we put out all the videos, because I'm lazy and don't want to have to, like, do whatever editing and stuff is going to be necessary.
So this is the training canyon.
Because...
see that icon in the top left, that Sauron's eye? It'll just kind of fill up gradually over time, whether you're sitting there or running around.
Yeah,
and,
see, there's a lot of areas where if you run around, you'll get a meter like that that'll fill up. But in this area, as you'll see after this battle, because I'll just go ahead and show you guys. Yeah, sweet. Also, the guys here are noobs, so they're really easy to murder.
Yeah, you can one-shot pretty much all of them, even at this point in the game.
Yeah. Which is fantastic. So as you'll notice, I'm just going to sit completely still. And, you know.
The meter is back.
Yeah, another battle. Boom.
Yeah, so you can do that, and while these guys, at this point, they do give actually a reasonable amount of XP and stuff. That's not really the reason to fight here. It's more to level up your, to get a bunch of SP, which is how you get new, better moves.
Yes.
And so, because that doesn't matter, you know, how much damage you're doing or how weak the enemies you're killing are, it's just every attack, regardless of, you know, how much damage it does, gets you 1 SP.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna, now that we've done that,
Let's just go to the save point real
yeah,
fast.
we're gonna run to the save point, and then we're probably gonna, like, do you want to get Elagos first, or?
Yeah, we can end it right here.
Well, I was talking about for training.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea. We'll just do that.
Okay, so we're gonna have a little bit longer in this, just because we're like right at our 3rd character.
Yeah, and he's pretty cool, so you definitely want to see him.
Yeah. He's basically like Luigi, how I describe him. He looks Italian.
We'll go with that.
He looks Italian. That's all I'm saying. And
he's
he's
way
not
cooler than Luigi, though. Way
No,
better.
dude, Luigi's the better Mario brother.
That's true, but I mean, compared to Mario, Lord of the Rings.
I don't know, man. He like sucks up ghosts and shit. It's awesome.
Well, this guy shoots down orcs, but
Whatever.
yes.
Same thing. It's mainly the mustache, because he looks exactly like Eregion, except that he doesn't have like a beard. He has like a mustache.
Yeah. One thing that I do find kind of weird though is in this intro cutscene that you find him, he's using a sword. Never uses a sword in the game, only a bow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the developers meant for him to have sword abilities, because he has like bowcraft and then rangercraft. So you would assume that rangercraft would like include things other than the bow.
But it doesn't.
No.
Yeah. I mean, see, it would make more sense if in this first scene he like set a trap for the wargs and then just shot them down with his bow.
Yeah.
But whatever.
And see, he's like has his sword ready to go into battle, and he's like, just kidding, bow. Fuck it. Man, that was pretty quick. At least it missed.
Yeah, good thing.
Alright, destroy it.
So wargs are weak to water. You know, obviously you should know that if you know your Pokemon typing.
Yeah.
Don't know how that works, but
Dogs hate water. Everybody knows that.
yeah. So wargs are basically ground type. So they're
I
weak
think
to
they all
water.
have rabies. I think that's what it is.
So
Creature
here's
Bane.
Elagos and his bow. Creature Bane should do a pretty solid amount of damage,
Creature Bane kicks ass, especially against wargs at the beginning.
given that they're creatures and it's their bane.
Hey, whatever, man.
Alright, so this warg should die pretty fast. And I'm not gonna get to go very often in this. Now that
That's one thing Elagos has going for him is his major speed. The only problem is his first ability in each tree costs 1,000,000 AP.
and he has very little defense.
Yeah.
So if he gets hit, he goes down pretty hard.
I mean, he doesn't even have like that massive strength. It's just he has really useful abilities.
Yeah. And he's fairly strong, but towards the end of the game, he's like probably one of your weakest party members. But he has a lot of really useful like status things and crippling abilities and whatnot.
Yeah, you'll always have him in your party.
Yeah, he's definitely worth keeping around, even if he's not doing that much damage compared to everybody else.
Even if you only throw him in for like a couple turns in a battle, he can like put all the enemies to sleep, and they'll just sit asleep the entire time. Anyways, we're gonna cut the video here. We're probably gonna do a little bit of training, just get a couple abilities on our people, just so they'll be a little bit more useful or whatever. But we'll be back in a little bit. See you guys.